Did we all go to high school? First and foremost?
Yeah, I did.
I did. I just got out.
Sheesh.
Oh.
Yeah, like two years ago.
Well, I'm
Okay,
sure it
2
was
years
like.
ago.
2 years. That's
Well, that's
it.
interesting. 'cause
Last year was my 20-year reunion.
Oh shit.
It would be. It was probably way different than like.
Not really. I don't really talk to anybody from high school.
Well, so
Well,
here's the
just
thing.
in general, I guess, like how our experiences with high school was, because we didn't. I think MySpace came out
Oh yeah. See.
towards
It was
like
huge.
the end of high school. I remember, and so we didn't have like social media. We didn't have, I guess, all these other platforms that I feel I've always made comments that probably would have been more challenging during this having all that like in high school, even being a female, because a lot of the things you are always like comparing yourself to other, like you weren't doing it as much because you didn't have
It
as
wasn't
access
present. Yeah,
to
you didn't have access to
so
everybody
much
in the whole world.
information. So I'd be curious to know if like how like someone, I guess, that had access to
I mean,
all that.
You can tell like girls are insecure for sure. Like girls my age are very insecure. But when it comes to me, I don't really give a fuck. Like I don't really go on social media. I just be doing me.
That's good. That's
And
nice.
even when it comes to like people that I know from high school, it's just like I have them on social media, but there's no contact. There's just that you view them basically, and that's more kind of like what it is.
Because they only
platform.
post the good stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
That is
it's
so
a
true.
it and what how I described it to some of my exes and
X's plural.
exes, yeah.
Or like catfish.
that I
They're
tried
not
that I was like,
that.
let's get off social media. It's horrible. It's not real life. Social media is not real life. It's all the good stuff that people want to show.
Yeah.
That's not what life is though.
It's like going back to the topic of just being in high school in general and what all of our experiences were like. I know we shared a little bit like some of the stuff that we were going through.
Yeah.
Did you guys have good high school experiences?
Oh yeah.
Me,
Yeah,
but not so much. But
Yes and no. I had a lot of positive things that came out of high school, but I also like some of the hardest times through high school.
But like I would say for you, so in school you have certain people who are higher up, like who are in sports and all that kind of stuff. They're like, oh my gosh, they're so awesome. So I remember, yeah, you were up there, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Still smiling.
Athlete.
Yeah, athlete.
I
over
think
there.
because I know because I am tall. I am 5'11", and growing up, I was always like
She's tall. I was like
the tallest, like always, like just very taller than everybody, like
For sure.
everybody. So even I think I was like 5'8" when I was in 8th grade, like even before I went into high
sprouted
school.
over you, Jeff.
Shit.
So I was actually really grateful because I was athletic and I kind of used sports as like my outlet to be like comfortable with being so tall because I personally, everyone was like, I was kind of shy too. Like I was really quiet but I stood out so much. Like it was just hard not to. Like in any way, shape or form, like someone would make some sort of comment to me just because even it still happens now. Like I've just at 35 years old, I've just gotten way more comfortable with it, but it's such a conversation starter or like something for people to bring up the fact that you're tall. And so sports was like my way of like being comfortable with it, and I was good. Like I was athletic, and I'm like, even like no matter what it was that I was playing, I just wanted to go play sports because that was how. And then I had like different groups of friends, like my sports friends and like friends that I had outside of sports. I would say I had like an array of like groups of friends, but
An eclectic mix.
yeah, and
Same.
but the ones closest like to my heart, like my dear, like was sports because that like was the closest thing I could relate to somebody with, like how much like it controlled my life. Every weekend, everything from the age of 8 until I was till I graduated college until I was 21 years old, I played sports, softball. Like that's what I missed out on all the like all the dances. Like there was such a huge like sacrifice that I had to make, like and my family, like my parents like going to my games and whatnot. So, you know, like sports, that was like a heavy role for me in high school. Like if I ever talk about high school, it's like, oh,
Yeah.
like that's all, like did other things.
It was
and
just softball, or
yeah, I played volleyball as well, competitively. I mean, I played all the sports, but I had to choose like one specifically because I didn't have enough time like to do both or to play different sports. But I will tell you, like with the things I experienced, like being done with softball, like once it ended, like it probably helped me like in so many other ways in my life that I can't even explain. Like all these things I learned in sports, like you could take into like an outside life and into your life and how you like approach things, and it's great. Like it's wild, and because I started struggling like after I was done, because this was my purpose. Basically my purpose was playing this sport.